Hello and welcome back. And the next step today, I'm going to now populate or copy the the horizontal bracings upward, the way we did with the vertical bracings. The vertical bracings are these ones here, and the horizontal are these ones here. That brace frames diagonally from each column like that, like that. So let me just come to level 3 meter high. So this is the horizontal bracing I'm talking about. So I'm going to select everything here and press Control and select even the gusset plates here. Select on the gusset, select on the bolts right there, and select on the gusset plate. Everything, we want to copy everything. Select on the bolt so that we don't leave anything behind. So once I've selected on that, I'll switch back to my 3D or isometric view. So by default, we have our XYZ plane at global position. So I'm going to right click and come to special copy here and pick on linear. So under linear, we want to populate this at an interval of 3 meters, and we have many counts. We need 3 counts here. So once I've picked on 3 counts, I'll go ahead and click copy. So I'll give you some time to process that information and close that. So once that has been done, you can see at the top end here we have a red, we have the bracing, or the far end one already selected, means our copying ends there. So if I zoom close, you'll be able to see I have my braces in place. So from here we can now start welding, because this will not mess with our connection between these plates. So we can always go ahead and come to weld, or come to auto weld, and start welding that to that, weld that to that. Just go all the way down here and weld that to that, weld that to that. Bottom here, we want to weld that to that, and weld this to that. We can come here and weld that to that, weld that to that, and zoom out. And we can always turn this, right click and terminate that command, and turn the opposite direction, and do the same process of welding. I'll come to auto and pick the 2 components, weld that to that, and I want to weld this to that one, and zoom up and target this end plate. I want to weld the 3 together, and if I come here, I'll be able to weld that to that, and weld that to that. Zoom up, and we want to create an assembly, and that. Right click to terminate that process, and we turn to the other end, and we can create a weld between these 3 plates. We want to connect that to that. We terminate that. I'll come to weld, and I want to weld this to that. Zoom out and zoom in, and that to that, that to that. Zoom out and zoom in. We want to weld that to that, that to that. Zoom in, zoom out. We're almost there. And connect that to that, and that to that. Now, assembly has been created. So if I right click, if I select on any of these members, right click and come to assembly, and right click once again and pick only selected, you can see we have this as an assembly. You see that this as an assembly here, and this will be transported to site. And this is 8 meters. 8 meters easy to carry, and this will be installed on the column base as it is, and the braces will run like that. So that's how you do it. Right click and come to show all, and that's where we are. Now the next is we'll create the connection between this column here and these secondary beams. So let's meet then. So we'll create the connection between this column and secondary beam is when we'll be able to create, we'll brace this to the bottom end here. So I'm seeing a member that we don't need. I'm seeing a member here. We'll delete that, and we select on that and delete. We don't need to add any member beneath these secondary beams here. We have to delete that. Select that and delete. and we have another one here. We can always delete that. Perfect. So if I turn that, we are good to go. So let's meet then, and on the next step, we'll be creating a connection between these two, as I've just showed you. So that's all about that step, and let's meet then. Don't forget to subscribe.